Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Access All Areas for the first time in a few weeks, but we must start on a sad note. Sad note for us, but a very positive note for my friend Christian. Christian, 12 months ago we sat here full of hope, full of joy, announcing your signing, but today I sit here in black, very sombre. Tell me some news, Christian. Breaking news on Sky Sports. Christian, what was said?
So, it was announced on Friday that I had signed for Wigan Warriors. So there's a short-term contract. They're currently in the season just like we are, but our season finishes a lot earlier than theirs. And so I signed a 5-month contract to join them in sometime in June, depending on how we do over the next few weeks.
You're like Michael Jordan, you just complete sports and then just take a sabbatical to a different sport for a while. Can you just talk us through like the process of how that sort of thing comes about? Because it's not like other people just sign. People at home might not. People in the game for a long time wouldn't know that that's even a possibility. Obviously, you're a different athlete. How does this sort of thing come about?
To be fair, it's the first time it's happened to me as well. So, I can tell you how this came about, which it's actually been in the works. Probably, there's been whispers from like 2018. So I think when I announced my retirement from rugby, that must have sparked, a thought in people's minds, and they saw my appetite to do other things outside of rugby union. So I was approached by a few teams asking me about rugby league. The same happened when I joined up with Racing in France, because obviously I was on a 1-year contract. Then I re-signed for another 1 year. So I guess they were looking at opportunities there, and obviously once I realised I wasn't in the future plans to be here in Gloucester, the same thing happened again, but this time it was Wigan Warriors, and I actually started to pay attention and looking at it as a real possibility, and before I knew it, I was signed up, and the announcement came out.
Man, I'm really excited for you. I'm a bit concerned that you've never been that far up north. Is that going to be? How are you going to be around that? Because you like London.
Yeah.
Going to America was tough, but straight back to London. Yeah. Coming out to Gloucester, that was a new thing. You're just a developing man, aren't you?
Mate, I'd like to be cultured, bro. Just experience different facets of life, and I'm looking forward to it. It's not too far north.
Yeah.
Manchester, but yeah. I'm really excited.
And did you watch a lot of rugby league? Do you know the game inside out? Are you going to start to take more interest now? What's the journey to you wearing a Wigan shirt for the first time look like?
So I'm going to be like completely fresh to the game. I've watched a few games here and there. I used to watch quite a bit of NRL with my good friend Daniel Cipriani and Kyle Eastman. They used to live together when they was at Wasps, so we used to watch NRL, and always admired the way with the attacking shape, the handling and the running lines, and obviously speaking with those guys, real mavericks like yourself. Obviously, I had the privilege of playing with Mark Atkinson, such a sensational ball player as well. But yeah, just kind of learned a lot from them, and obviously they learned a lot from league, and obviously Carl Eastman being a league legend in his own right as well. So yeah, I'm going to be really new to the sport and just open to as much knowledge as I can get from guys like them, guys from who have played league in the past, any coaches I know, any other players I know as well. So.
Under 14s Warrington Wolves area squad.
Is it?
So if you need any advice, never actually played a game, but if you essentially made it. So, but mate, before that, obviously we've still got this huge back end to the season. I know a lot of Gloucester fans out there have been going like, where's this news come from? What's happened with Wadey? You are here. You've got one focus for the end of this season, and that's still getting us into top four, Premiership semi-final, Premiership final. See where this goes, aren't you?
Oh, 100%. Like. Whatever I'm doing next is that happens in the future, and obviously for me, it's all about what I set out to do when I first came here. Speaking with you, any other interviews, and obviously what I said to the boys in one of the first meetings in pre-season, and that's, to want to win silverware, and contribute to the team the best I can. And, although we've lost a couple of games the last few weeks, we're still within touching distance of, the top four. There's 4 more games. I think if we can secure something like 15 points over the next 4 weeks, we'll 100% be in the playoffs. So yeah, I'm fully focused on that really. I think this week is going to be a big challenge, but with that home crowd, the shed rocking as usual, and obviously the quality that we have in this squad with a few guys coming back from injury and stuff. It's going to be massive. But yeah,
I'm glad you said that, because I think there can be a negative spin, can't there? Leaving the manner as well in which we lost to Bath. Everyone will be big boys about it, that it wasn't positive on Sunday, really. I know it was a bit of a scrap first half, and then we sort of fell apart a little bit. So there's a lot of things to work out from the game on Saturday at Sarries. But Sunday is a chance to play Exeter at home, take 5 points from that, and then we are literally within touching distance of the playoffs, aren't we? And that's not to look beyond that. The big game is Sunday. That is a situation to set ourselves up to be in the Prem semi for the first time in 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. Like you said, we've had like this season, there's a couple of ups and downs. We didn't necessarily start off the best, but then after the break came back, and then we won every single game, and worked our way. I think we was like 3rd or 2nd. So yeah, it's unfortunate we lost last week, but you look at the table. 1 win or 5 points puts us back into the top 4 as long as results kind of go our way. So we could be here next week talking about the playoffs again and almost have forgotten about last week. So every week matters, every week counts as we approach the end of the season now. And I think we just got to focus on playing our best rugby, focusing on ourselves. And that's what's going to get us the wins that we need.
We will be talking about that after Sunday. I've got this feeling we'll be looking towards a Prem semi. And then, how many tries do you need to take Ash's record? Because I think there's only one man in rugby who doesn't want you to break that. So we don't know, do we? After October, we don't know where you'll end up.
I need 12 tries to get. To become number 1.
It's a hat-trick every game then, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's 4 hat-tricks in 4 games.
Hat-trick every game.
It's doable, isn't it? The rugby we've been playing, you just have to be in the right position at the right times.
Yeah, exactly, bro, exactly.
It's there to be
You heard the chat, though? Agent Ashy.
Go on.
They say... So Ugo calls me up, he said, they've been ripping into Ashy, saying that, probably one of the best agents in history.
He's manipulated this move to get you gone.
He sorted out the Wigan deal, bro. He sorted out the Wigan deal.
He wants you out the league. He sensed it. You were back to your best, didn't he? He sensed it. Wadey, you have been amazing all season. I can't wait to see you finish off the league. I think you've been a massive inspiration to the boys this year and what you've added to the group. But big finish to the season. There's 6 games left for you. We're not saying 4. There's 6 games left for you.
Exactly.
6 games left to the cherry and white. So best of luck, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for everything you've given us.
Thank you, sir.
You heard from him, Christian Wade. The boys are looking forward to Sunday. The last day before everyone's back to school. It's a family day. Get yourselves to King's Own for Sunday afternoon. It's bound to be a cracker.